3, 2, 1. What's going on, everyone? You're watching Ash on Comics. I'm Ash, and this is today's comic, Berzerker, #1. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it, Berzerker. Pretty cool thing. I wasn't originally going to get this book. I was just, whatever. It's cool. It is what it is. I had no negative feelings towards it. I was just like, do I really need to? I mean, it just takes a lot to get on my pull list these days. I'm getting too many comics. Space is an issue. I don't like miniseries, so I'm like, if it's a miniseries, I'll just wait till the trade. I do like collecting comics, and I do like being in for the long haul. I want to buy a comic, and I want to just read it month after month, indefinitely for years on end. It should not end. Spider-Man doesn't have an ending, right? I pick up Amazing Spider-Man, and I just read it, and every month you have a new... No, I know it's twice a month because these stupid... Anyways, you get my point. It just keeps on going, and I just get to revisit that world. That's what I want to do. That's why I want floppies. If you're saying, oh, it's only going to be a 6-issue series, I'll just wait and get it as one collected book. Don't have to worry about the floppies, which are a lot harder to go back and read and pull out of the bags and all that stuff. And if the book is really good, if it's worth my time, I'm going to want to reread it again. So if it's not good, why am I buying anyways? That's why I'm here, to talk to you guys about these books and help give you some idea of whether it's worth your money. And I tell you what, I might have a reputation of being negative. I readily admit that I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to just about everything. I don't think I'm not pretentious. I just expect things to be better. Whatever it is. I don't want mediocrity. I don't think you should have to put up with mediocrity. If you want to, that's your business, right? I guess I have mediocrity sometimes. I'll eat at McDonald's once in a while. I'll get a double cheeseburger. It's not a great thing, but it's cheap, and if you know what you're getting into. But comics aren't cheap. And so I just think, why waste your money on the mediocre ones? Get the good ones. I was going to wait to trade on this, and well, I didn't. So I got it, and let me just tell you, this is good. This is really good. And this name right here, Matt Kindt, this was one of the big... I didn't know Matt Kindt was involved in this. He's one of the best writers in the business. And I like KEANU Reeves quite a bit. As an actor, I admire the guy. I'm not going to go into that reasons now. We're going to try to get through this review. I'm going to keep this short. You can see the art for yourself. The biggest detractor of this book, for me, was the art. It's not bad art, and obviously it's going to be subjective to you. I've talked to some people, and they're like, I like the art. And I'm like, that's great. Here's the deal. It's not that it's bad. I'm okay with it. But this book is so good that I'm like, oh, man. When a book is really good, you just want the art to live up to it, too, so that it's all it can be, right? And that's what I want this book. I'm like, I like this book so much, I wanted more for it. And that's where my criticism of the art comes from. I'm not super familiar with Ron Garney's art, but this seems a little bit muddier than what I recall his stuff being. Thick, heavy black ink lines kind of recall an earlier Frank Miller, which is fine. I'm a huge lover of Frank Miller. This is a very dirty comic. It's very hyper violent. And so I guess that kind of works for it as well. Just to set you the mood here, we see the main character. I don't even know his name. I'm just going to call him the Berzerker. And he's sitting in the rain. And a car pulls up. It's time. Time. Time is a funny thing. You can see now his eyes are glowing. So that immediately started piquing my interest. I'm like, what? Who is this guy? And he's obviously with a bunch of special ops guys. How you doing? Getting ready. We're coming in high. Hold on. Ready? Ready. Wait for my mark before we... And he just storms off the plane. Shit! Do you know what day today is? No. What is it? It's our anniversary. And he's just diving out of the... Oh, it's a helicopter. Sorry, not a plane. Just with no parachute, just eyes alight. You're just like, holy shit. And then you don't see what happened, but this is a great transition. Look at this. As the rest of the squad rappels down, you see the Berzerker character. He's just standing over a bunch of dead bodies. So you know he just wasted everybody. They're just arriving on the scene. And you get... This is a cool technique that I like when it's done right. That seems like Tom King loves to do way too much and doesn't do it right, is this narration that something else is going on. There's a story, but it's being like told over, like in a different time, like maybe a flashback. What's being told is narration over the current what's going on. So we got the Berzerker character, he's killing people, and then we're hearing something that happened in the past, like an interview or discussion. We've been working together for a year today. Does that feel like a long time to you? It does. Look at this. He just punches through a dude's face. And this is where I was talking about that Frank Miller style, that really muddy inking and stuff. Maybe that works to its benefit, because if this was a lot cleaner art, this would be a lot more graphic. I mean, it's graphic, but it's not like photorealistic graphic, so it kind of helps deflate the disgustingness of it. Life is short. And it just goes on. And I want you to notice something. I did a review of another book. I don't know which ones I'm going to release first. This one will probably come out first. But I did a Radiant Black. Just the polar opposites of what a good writer can do and a good art team versus bad art and bad writing. Like, look at how little narration there is. It's show, don't tell. So much is being told here in the art. And when you get this book, and you should get this book, this gets one of my highest recommends. You'll notice this. Take your time when you're reading this, panel by panel. I like this book so much that I'm not going to really go through the end and spoil the whole thing, because it's worth your enjoyment. Sometimes when a book's not good, I don't care about spoiling it, and you obviously don't either if you're watching the video. And you're going to know here if this book is for you or not. Are you against hyperviolence and so forth? Maybe you're not going to want. I'm just going to tell you, this reminds me a bit of the Exo Manowar that Matt Kindt wrote for Valiant, the one with the big yellow label, the trade dress. Because of the sheer raw masculinity of it. I hesitate to say it because in today's day and age, you just get judged when you talk like that. But Auric in that book was written so masculine and like a true warrior who's been through hell and back. And Matt Kindt, as a great writer, understands that and gave that character that voice. not just in how he talked, but in his actions, and you as a reader could feel it. Same thing here with the Berzerker. You can feel what this character's been through. It feels authentic. It feels like you want to connect to it, because it doesn't feel contrived. There's weight to everything that happens, even though it's very simple when you get right down to it. This character's just on his mission and he's slaughtering people, and then there's this narration in the background that's going on, and that's kind of keying you into who is this Berzerker character, what's going on, and it's just action. But the action is spectacular, and it's pleasing to that part of your brain that just likes the excitement. But then that narration compels you to that other side of your brain that wants to know, who is this character? What is the story about? And you can just see, man, look, he gets the explosion. He can't die. He's just this walking death machine. Reminded me a bit of Terminator. Of course, he's not a robot. Or is he? I don't really want to go too much further than this. I want to tell you, get this book. It's really, really good. I am not going to give it 5 stars, though. I am not. And the reason why I'm not is art is a very important aspect of the book. I don't just say, the writing, the story is 5 stars. Matt Kindt's writing, I can't find a flaw in it. The script, I absolutely adore. I cannot wait to read the next issue. But that's not all what this is. The art is part and parcel to it. So I'm gonna drop a star. But don't just let that dissuade you. I don't give out stars easy. 4 stars is a very good rating. This book is $4.99, but it's 48 pages. It's a double-sized book, and boom, only charge an extra $1. It's very thick. When you pick it up, you'll be like, oh, this is a meaty book. No ads, and it's worth your time. If you look at this page right here, and you're not utterly disgusted, and you think, oh, this could be a book for me, then get it. That's all I'm going to say. I hope my boy Skip likes this book, because I want to have this book featured on the Indie Comic Show. That's how much I like it. I'm very excited. I hope you are too. Thanks for watching this review. Put in your comments below what you thought about this book, because I know you're going to read it. And if for some reason I haven't convinced you and you're like, Ash, I don't like comics, it better be because you don't like the violence. That's I'll buy that excuse. But tell me. I want to hear discussions. I'm not going to make fun of you if it's not your cup of tea. Or if you just disagree with my review. If you think this book was terrible, put that down below too. I like hearing different takes, even if I don't necessarily agree with them. We all see the world through a different lens. So, I don't know. But Matt Kindt, Keanu Reeves, Ron Garney, there you go. This is one of the best books on stands. Berzerker.